Stewart just for the duration of the speech. I hope it won't be too warm by the end, because there will be that toast. Okay, I wish to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land that we're meeting on today, the Pangarang tribe, and pay my respects to their elders past and present. Distinguished guests and friends of Yarrawonga College P12, thank you for joining us for this event today. It's an honour to be able to welcome some of our distinguished guests. So Tim McCurdy, member for Murray Valley, our Mayor, Peter Mansfield, ex-former principal, Tony Anderson, we have Rob and Penelope from Neela Architects, Arthur Townsend and Pete Whitcroft from the former Hume region, lovely to have you here today, Brian and Kerry from Club Malwala, and lots of other guests and friends and school council members and people who've had a long association with our college. Thank you very, very much for joining us on this auspicious occasion, and thank you to all of our parents and families who've also come along. A number of people were unable to attend our opening today and have asked that their apologies and best wishes be conveyed. So Peter Greenwell and Marion Lawless from the North East Victoria region are unable to be with us today, as is Michael Malavi from Club Malwala. Tony Beamish, former principal, Roger Sanders, would have loved to have been able to join us, but he's just had open heart surgery and the doctors wouldn't let him out. But he does send his best wishes and will come and see the campus at a later date. Scott Dalla is unable to attend, as is Sharman Stone, Kay Javin Isa, and Heather Saru. And we also, unfortunately, are missing 3 people who've been really, really instrumental in getting this campus up and running. So Wendy Saunders is on leave somewhere in America. Vicky Ramsdale's daughter is currently in labour as we're speaking, and another little Ramsdale baby is about to enter the world sometime this afternoon. And unfortunately, Michelle Klaus has a family illness and is in Geelong as well. But I just wanted to acknowledge all of them because they've also been really, really a part of this campus and would have loved to have been here. So today is a significant event for Yarrawonga College P12. It is the official opening of our Years 5 to 8 campus. This campus has been a long and complicated time in the making, Carolyn, hasn't it? And it is still an ongoing development. At times, there have been very real hurdles to overcome. But we've been proudly in operation since the start of Term 1 this year. We are continuing to develop it, and today the sun is shining and it is the opening. And as long and complicated as the road to today has been, it's a road that has been worth travelling, because this campus is a significant step in recognising our college's strategic vision of a cohesive P12 college that is structured and organised for very, very sound educational reasons along the stages of learning, P4, 5 to 8 and 9 to 12. There are a huge number of people to thank for assisting us to be here today and in a position to officially open this campus. If it takes a village to raise a child, then it takes a whole community to build a school campus. It's been a cast of thousands. The danger in thanking people individually is that someone will always be missed. I sincerely hope that won't happen, but if it does, please can I apologise now? It was an oversight and not a deliberate omission, so if I didn't thank you, would you please consider yourself thanked anyway? Because your work in helping to make this campus the fabulous place that it is so greatly appreciated. So to begin with the thank yous. Late in 2012, School Council took the courageous decision to invest its own funds into building a middle years campus on this site, consolidating this building, the existing, being our building. Without that decision, and in particular the unwavering vision, support and determination of School Council President Carolyn O'Dwyer, this campus would still be a very nice spur building in a paddock with insufficient amenities to make it fully usable. In addition to the funds the school had, our then Hume Regional Director Arthur Townsend and Facilities and Infrastructure Manager Peter Whitcroft could see the value of our vision and committed significant regional funds to assist School Council. Without their funding and support, School Council may not have been able to make their decision, and again, this campus may not have come into being. Arthur and Peter also gave invaluable advice that proceeding to build our 5-8 campus ourselves would send a significant message, both to the department and to our political leaders alike, that we were very serious about our redevelopment. And it would indicate that we should be assisted because we were determined to help ourselves and not just sit on their hands. I thank them both for their support, for that advice, which was totally vindicated by last week's budget announcement, and for being here today. Peter was also instrumental in helping us to get our student crossing approved and installed, and I wasn't sure that was ever going to happen, Pete, so thank you. Prior to 2012, it was the vision of Scott Dalla, Tony Anderson, the then principal and leadership teams and the school councils of what prior to 2010 were Yarrawonga Primary School and Yarrawonga Secondary College, and even principals going back before then, who all saw the need for and potential of bringing the primary and secondary schools together to form the one P12 college for Yarrawonga. It was their vision that saw Yarrawonga College P12 enter the Building Futures program and the development of a master plan. This campus has grown from that vision. Rob Bienvenu from Nella Architects has not only been the architect of the master plan, but has been available day and night, and often it was night, to advise, assist, and even travelled from Collingwood to Yarrawonga to advise school council on how to best proceed with this site. He has gone above and beyond, and we certainly hope to continue our work with him in the not too distant future. During 2013, our VCAL students, under Donna Taylor and I think with Jim Gillies' assistance, planted the first of the plants on this site, and they're the trees that are along the edge out there. The ornamental pears and crepe myrtles and some native shrubs. It's a humble beginning, but they've really started to grow and thrive as the rest of the campus has been developed around them as well. Once the decision to develop the campus was made, Damien McCarthy was appointed as the project manager. Damien was able to ensure that buildings were moved, relocated to the appropriate sites and refurbished, the gallery constructed, and the infrastructure necessary for a functional campus put in place and in a timely manner. The logistics were complicated, and without him and Joe and Geordie and probably Harley and the whole family, we wouldn't be where we are today, so I need to acknowledge that contribution as well. Assisting Damien were a large number of local contractors and businesses, who again ensured buildings were refurbished and renewed, paths and parking areas installed, and all done in a timely manner. The Moira Shire supported the college with the original land swap that saw this site, which was previously council land, become Department of Education land, and Yarrawonga College P12 in a position to play a key role in the future plans for a sporting and educational precinct in this part of the town. Dylan Robinson in particular from the Moira Shire has been a great source of advice and assistance during last year as we worked to clean and develop the college site or the campus site and the entry points. The Section 86 Committee and Jan Parker in particular have also been supportive of our endeavours to build a campus with good parent and student access and collection points, and has worked with us to bring that about in the face of some opposition, but common sense won out, which is wonderful. Throughout all of the steps and stages of developing this campus, the principal team has been incredibly supportive of it and very solutions focused whenever a new hurdle presented itself, as they did quite regularly. If 2 heads are better than 1, then 4 heads were exponentially better again. Thank you, Joe, Ross and Damien, for your hard work, support and assistance with developing this site and for finding solutions to every potential roadblock. The campus today looks vastly different from the way it looked even at the beginning of last year. And I would like to acknowledge the very hard work of volunteer parents, staff, students and school council members who have donated time, effort and energy to working bees and beautification projects on this site. Some of the slides shows will document your hard work and enthusiasm. Particular mention needs to be made of Shane Forge, Darren McCabe and their bunch of willing workers who beavered away in 40+ degrees of heat in the middle of February to relocate the play equipment from the P4 site to this campus, and actually without requiring CPR, which I thought was truly remarkable. Theo Branca has designed a truly beautiful entrance to the campus, and this is gradually being put into place to make our 5 to 8 campus a memorable part, not just of our college, but of the Yarrawonga community. Theo's vision has been implemented through the amazing work of Theo himself, Michelle and Peter Klaus, Carmel Murray, Wendy and Glenn Saunders, who each made it, I think, a personal mission to make the appearance of this campus attractive. Mick Jackson, Carolyn O'Dwyer, Vicky Ramsdale have all donated time, money, labour, plants and passion to particularly the garden beds and front areas of the campus. Other college and community members have also made cash donations or donated plants, which are making the site look far more attractive. Thank you so much for your generosity. The Yarrawonga Landcare Group is also holding approximately $1,200 worth of Indigenous seedlings and tube stock in trust for the campus, And now that it is no longer 40 degrees, we can hopefully go ahead and get those plants in the ground shortly. As I said, Michelle can't be here with us today, but she and Carmel have involved the art and workshop programs, students, and our amazing workshop volunteers in the front garden projects. The mosaic elves have beavered away tirelessly. Please make sure you stop and admire their handiwork during your time here, and there are further mosaics that will go up onto the walls of the garden and tank shed out there, as well as the pavers that are in place for today. Darren Ransom and his engineering and metal students have installed our front fence, our bus safety barricade, and Darren built the metal stump in the front garden. Peter Klaus built the tree, or the other two trees. Adam Dodd and his building, construction and wood students have built furniture for this site, which was funded in part by the incredible generosity of our parents and friends group. Adam's students have also installed concrete pads for furniture and downball courts and are currently installing a cricket pitch. Last year, our Years 3-4 students conducted an amazing cupcake sale where they raised a phenomenal amount of money for a friendship bench to go at the front of the campus, and that will be installed later this year. Our parents and friends group conducted a walkathon, again for students from P to 6, and that raised in excess of $7,000, which is just amazing. And that money was instrumental in enabling us to purchase and install the shade sail that you'll see just out the door here at the back of this particular building. And again, there are photos of the walkathon and the celebratory Crazy Colours Day which followed on the slideshow. I think there might be a very fetching photo of Mr. Mitchell in there somewhere, and also a couple of Mr. Keel. Make sure you see them. Bernadette Quinn, Raylene Davis, Kim McCarthy and helpers have rationalised and relocated library resources from both the P to 6, now P to 4, and what was 7 to 12 and is 9 to 12 campuses, enabling this campus to also have its own library, so that students are able to go to the library here and not have to go across the road. And almost without fail, these steps and milestones in the development of this site have been recorded in newsletters, on Facebook, on Twitter, and now on video by Kaz Malavi, who has been a constant source of positive PR for the college and has made sure that I talk in real talk and not edge of speak. So thanks, Kaz. And our friends at Yarrawonga Chronicle have also been invaluable in keeping the community informed and enthused about our progress. Fiona and Rachel, you have helped us, cheered us on, groaned with us when it seemed that every other school in the state except us was going to get funding and we were missing out, but most importantly, you've believed in us. Thank you for your coverage, for the words and photos over a long period of time. And we finally cracked the front page of the Chronicle. How good was that? We hope that maybe we might sneak another one again at some stage. Vicky Ramsdale, Wendy Saunders, Leanne Keel, Trish Burke and all of the wonderful college admin staff have been silent heroes in all of this work. Managing the finances, sadly our contractors needed to be paid before they'd continue working, so the ladies made sure that that happened. They set up the admin office here, which is fronted by Trish, who is absolutely unflappable and super Trish. They've inducted contractors and again kept everything running smoothly. So all of this work, passion, and this army of people have all worked together to develop the physical resources our students and teachers are able to enjoy every day. But without the amazing work of the teacher teams and leaders on this site, the support of our parents, and the attendance, terrific behaviour and support of our students, none of this would have mattered. Because really they would have been pretty buildings on site with some nice gardens. Ross Wilson has done and is continuing to do an amazing job of developing teams of passionate, dedicated and effective teachers to work specifically in a middle years context. In late 2012, he set up the 2013 Year 7 team. Sammy, Laurel, Cindy, Ross himself and unofficial team member Georgie, who pioneered our Year 7 learning community. It's the crucial nexus of this campus today. Throughout last year, the Year 7 teachers and students worked together to build what was new for us, an approach to teaching and learning that was collaborative, inquiry-focused, very team-based, and built incredibly close learning relationships with every student and staff member, build each student's learning, independence and resilience. And if you get a chance, you might even ask the ladies about dwarves. If you didn't laugh, Laurel, I would have been disappointed. Without the work of Ross in the Year 7 team, we would have found it much, much more difficult to establish this campus and our middle years approach. Their work has inspired other staff, to want to be part of this campus as well, and to see the possibilities for more collaborative and inquiry-focused learning and teaching. And without the support of our 2013 Years 3 and 4, Years 5 and Year 6 teams and teachers, who also gave this project such help and assistance, it would all look much less effective today. In the second half of last year, or in term 4, our then Year 6 students and teachers were relocated to the Pinniger Street site so that their building could be brought up to Gilmore Street and readied for them. They rose to the challenge of the relocation with maturity, enthusiasm and respect. And throughout the second half of last year, Georgie Brennan, with the help and support of Damien Keel and a team of Year 7 to 12 teachers, organised and ran a series of highly successful student transition visits to the Pinniger and Gilmore Street campuses for our Years 4 to 6 students and teachers, so that it wouldn't be all quite so scary and strange this year. And it made the transition process and for our students that much easier. At the start of this year, we have welcomed not only our new Years 5 to 7 students, our Year 8s were already here and pretty familiar with it, and they've done a great job this year of mentoring and supporting the Year 5 to 7 students, but we also welcomed our new 5, 6, 7 and 8 teacher teams and teacher aides. Some of these teachers and aides were new to the college, others new to the campus, but all of being passionate, caring, determined and dedicated. So Al, Cara, Christy, Tim, Roberta, Laurel, Sam, Sammy, Cindy, Georgie, Travis, Mark, Steph, Sarah, Carmel, Kaz, Michelle, Sharon, Kim, Annie and Jim, thank you. Students, I am going to talk about you as well. You have been good, someone said? Absolutely, you have been good. You have been, in fact, fantastic this year. You have taken moving to a new location completely in your stride. You've made new friendships. You've learnt new ways of doing things. You've very patiently waited while building play spaces and gardens have been constructed around you. You move backwards and forwards between sites easily and capably. We've set you a really big challenge and you have stepped right up to it. Our parents, you have also supported us. In building this campus, we have asked you to take a leap of faith and trust that we knew what we were doing for and with your child. Change is always scary, and this was change of a significant magnitude. But we have built it and you have come, so thank you. As a campus, we are still a work in progress, but that's teaching. We're always wanting things to be better, bigger, newer for our students. Our middle years campus will continue to develop and evolve, and I look forward to that happening as a series of continuing partnerships between students, teachers, parents, the wider community. Thank you to everyone involved in getting us here today. Thank you for your belief, your energy and support. Okay, can I ask you now to please everybody be upstanding and raise your glasses.